why no one or no country has been able to stop the United States interventions, especially those interventions which are ethically problematic and also in violation of basic human rights, like affecting the people of Palestine right now?
Assalamu alaikum firstly, and thank you very much for having me here in such an important and very current issue, and I'm very glad to share some of my thoughts regarding the current situation. Firstly, we need to understand that there are ages in the history. Firstly, if we look at the very beginning, there were the age of power, and then after it came the age of knowledge, and now this is the current age that is called the age of technology. When the very first time there was the age of power, at that time the person who had the power, he used that power to manipulate the people, and sometimes he used as a positive manner, and oftenly it has been used very negatively. And we found in the history many people who were there, and like Pharaoh, Qarun, and many other people. And then came the very second age of knowledge, and there came the many thinkers. They thought and they cultivated the world by their knowledge. And now this is the time of technology where we live. And when we are talking about the power, technology and knowledge, now it is very obvious that US has a superpower in all over the world. And being the superpower, it has many things to do, and it has many interventions in other countries. If we look at the very history of this intervention, from 1776 to up to now, approximately 400 times it has been intervened with other countries.
Right.
But no one today in the Muslim Ummah is stopping, because there is no one country, there is no equality, there is no Muslim Ummah is not on a one page.
Right.
When Muslim Ummah is not on a one page, there could be no one to stop US. And when we are talking about the human rights which has been made by the US, but actually those human rights, they are being promoted in today's era very much, but actually these human rights actually have been made by our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam since 1400 years ago. And in his last sermon, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has implemented 10 last point that was totally very super point and very code word for Muslims. So when we have the human rights, when we have the foreign policies, and when we have so many things, but no one is moving forward and no one is stopping these situations. The reason behind this, because Muslims, and we can say that the human beings are not under the one umbrella.
Right.
When Muslims are not under the one umbrella, so there could be no solution.
Myself, Ahmed Ali Tariq. I'm from Bahria University, Islamabad. As they have talked about the US intervention in the Middle East, I have a question here. How could Middle East and Gaza could be a challenge for America's dying dominancy?
A challenge for the US?
America's dying dominancy.
Right. Mufti Imtiaz.
Okay, when we are talking about the US intervention with whether it is the Palestine, whether it is the Ukraine, or whether it is the China or any other country, when we are talking about US, it has almost every time the very controversial opinion regarding the intervention about the other countries. Because when we talk about the Palestine, it stands with the Israel, and if we talk about Russia and Ukraine, it stands with the Ukraine, because US has its benefits. But the problem is this: how can we solve this? There are two solutions. As a Ummah, we have to pay our responsibilities, and being a youth, we should teach our youth that to educate them that what are our rights and what are the responsibilities if we are not fulfilling our responsibilities. So the other countries and the other person will obviously attack on him, and they will rule over us. And this is the very nature of this world. And if we are paying our duties and if we are paying our task, obviously there could be no one who will come over us. Because this is the very simple rule of this world, that a person who is doing his whose duty, that will be counted as a live or active man. If a person is not doing or fulfilling his duty, he will be counted as a dead man. Actually, physically we are being counted as a living being, but actually we are not playing our responsibility in this world.